Change can be difficult, but there's some positive things that come from it too. So let's talk about it. It's time for Grace Points. So when I was younger growing up, we moved around a lot. And so much so that people thought that my parents were in the military. Change just became a natural part of my life. In fact, I think that it's prepared me for some of the changes I've experienced as an adult. I think that I deal pretty well with change. I don't always like change, but I like the outcome of change. And like so many of us, we don't like the work of change, but we like the outcome of change. And that's because the hardest part is that we find our stability in consistency. We look for things to be consistent. We want a home. We want consistency in our relationships. We want consistency in family and friendships, or in a job, or even in our favorite food. Like when you go to a restaurant, they change the recipe and you don't want it anymore, you don't like it. Or when you have your favorite original griller and they change the recipe so that now it tastes like ground up rubber and smoked cardboard with disappointment mixed inside. And you, wait a minute, what was I? I'm sorry, I got distracted. Thanks a lot, Morning Star. You're still doing some great things though. What was I talking about? Right, change. So the thing about change that's so difficult for so many of us is that when our consistency becomes inconsistent, when stability becomes unstable, when those things that we depend on for stability are snatched away, we feel vulnerable, we feel unsafe, we feel frustrated, angry, and we fight for things to stay the same. Hebrews chapter 13, verse 8 tells us where to put our hope for stability. The Bible says Jesus Christ is the same yesterday, today, and forever. Wow. That's so encouraging. I want you to wrap your head around that for a minute. Jesus Christ is the same yesterday, today, and forever. That's the definition of consistency, something that never ever changes. A relationship with Jesus actually fills the void left behind when there's change. In fact, a relationship with Jesus actually gives purpose to our changes. So 3 or 4 things that I want you to write down. You know what time it is. It's pen time. Grab one. I want you to write these things down to help you adjust to the changes that you're experiencing every day. Number 1, God uses change to develop our characters. Wow. God uses change to develop your character. When we do the same thing over and over and over again, we plateau. But when there's change, we can actually be made better. For those of you that do a lot of working out there in Grace Point land, you know that when you work the same part over and over and over again, your body plateaus. But if you change up your routine, you begin to work different muscles and develop different parts of the body. The same goes for your life. Change can develop your character and make you better. Change, God also uses change to help us to prioritize. We discover what's important through change. Yeah, we've gone through crazy over the last couple of years. We've lost homes and loved ones and jobs, but it's also shown us what's important. Family, relationships, mental health, a relationship with God. Change helps us to put life in its proper perspective and realize that the things that we thought gave us consistency weren't there, but the things that are don't change. And then God uses change to drive us closer to Him. That's right. God uses change to drive us closer to Him because He's the true sense and source of stability. Why? Because God is above change. He's the same yesterday, today, and forever. That means that He's the same in His love for you, in His purpose for you, in His plan for you, in His promises over your life. God is changeless. So you have to put your hope for stability in God. And I don't know about you, but over the last 2 years of crazy, the truth of a never-changing God is super encouraging for me. So I want you to do this. I want you to put your confidence today in a God who never changes. And realize that if your life has been turned upside down, if you've lost a home or a job or a loved one, that God's purpose for you, His plan for you, His love for you, His care for you has never changed. And I don't know about you, but that's encouraging for me. So anyway, thanks for showing up. Look forward to seeing you next week. This is Grace Points. God bless you.